Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Chris's collection. Man, that was a weird glitch just happened, but anyway, hi. So we're still on Xbox, and here we are with Halo 2. Um, Halo. Where's the? Oh my God, I didn't know where the. Yes, starting new campaign. The Heretic. Heretic. I will do easy because I'm not any good at Halo. So Halo 2, good God. So, this game was like a huge thing for Xbox because obviously it was the poster boy, and to this day people still talk about it, about the Xbox Live experience it provided. I mean, my God, that's like people still say to this day it's like the creme de la creme. I have so many fucking stories about Halo 2. I guess I'll start with the more personal ones, and then we'll kind of go out. The first time I didn't really. Okay, I had played Halo 1 before, briefly. I mentioned in the last video, and when Halo 2 was coming out, it was 2004, so I was in the first half of my senior year of high school because my senior year was 2004 2005, and I was in this class that I was like hardcore failing. It was called Intro to Statistics. No, I don't even remember the name of the class. It was a math class, and it was unnecessary. I didn't need to take it. Like literally, in my school, you only had to do 3 years of math, and then my counselor was like, "You're going to college, right?" I go, "Yeah, apparently." And she's like, "I really recommend that you take another course, like a math course, just to keep you on your toes." And I'm like, "All right, yeah, I didn't know any better." So I went and I took the class, and it was so fucking hard. Like I just was never good at math, and I was hardcore failing, and like hardcore fucking failing. And the teacher was really nice. I don't think he liked me though. There's like this really weird thing going on with him, where like I don't know how to explain it. He was just very odd around me, and so in turn, I was very odd around him because I didn't kind of get. I don't know. It was very weird. But
Now the bottom one.
so
Everything checks out. Stand by. I'm gonna offline the inhibitors.
yeah, okay,
Move around a little. Get a feel for it.
yeah,
You're
well,
ready. Come meet me by the zapper.
looks good to me.
Hey, take it easy.
Take it easy, come on, woo, yeah! I got my new suit, on, and suddenly everything's alright. So anyway, I was in class, and there's this girl. Because I was friends with a lot of folks in my senior year, and there was this girl I was friends with, and she was like, "Oh my God, Chris, I'm so excited." And I'm like, "Why?" And she's like, "Halo 2 is coming out," and I was aware of Halo. Obviously, I knew of its success and all that stuff, but I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Like I was happy for her, but I just wasn't really a big Halo fan. It would have been a very different conversation if I was into Halo. I would have been like, "Am I right?" But this was during my exodus of gaming, if you would, which that's a whole story of itself. So anyway, so that's my first kind of like intro to Halo. I knew of it. I knew of the launch. I was reading, stuff about it. I'd go to game sites and shit from time to time. Not as much as I do now. And I was like, oh man, I know all about this shit. So anyway,
Well, you can
never played the game until a few years later. I got an Xbox 360, and I was working at a GameStop. I think. No, I'm sorry, my bad. So I was working at the GameStop I was working at previous. I bought Halo, and I was gonna play it on my OG Xbox, which I still own, because I had one, and I never actually ended up playing it because I ended up getting a 360 that same holiday season, 2006 it was. And so I got a 360. I was like, yeah, I loved the console. It was backwards compatible. Could run Halo. Could run Halo 2, and I heard Halo 2 was even better. So I told myself, you know what? Let me play Halo. If I like it, cool. I'll buy Halo 2 and I'll play it. So I bought Halo, and I played. Like I mentioned before, I loved it. So I went to a Best Buy, and this game was 4, 5, 6. It was 2 years old at this point. So, you could still buy a new copy easy. You could, like, walk into a Best Buy, and there it was. And so I walked in, and I was like, oh my god, Halo 2, yeah! And I bought it, and I took it home, and it was really cool because it ran, I think, at 720p on Xbox 360. And it ran 420p on OG Xbox, I think, if you had the component cables. Um, so anyway, I was like super stoked. I was playing it, and actually, fun fact: this is actually technically my first time. Actually, this is my first time playing this on an OG Xbox. I have always played Halo 2 on Xbox on 360. I mean, like I never uh, played it anywhere else. So yeah, this is kind of cool, crazy that I'm playing this right now on this. Um, anyway, so yeah, that was kind of the story. I loved it. I thought it was such a great game. I would talk to people who had played Halo, and I was like, oh, the Arbiter. I didn't see that coming. What an MGS2 kind of switch. And I got into Halo. I thought it was really cool. Thing was, I was also playing Gears of War at the same time, so I preferred Gears, but personally, like the storyline and stuff. But yeah, no, it was still good stuff. Halo 2, actually, I enjoy it, but it's actually not my favorite of the original Halo games. I don't know if this is blasphemous, but my favorite of the original games is Combat Evolved, the very first one. I think it just holds up the best, personally. But this is a good game. It's not a bad game by any means. Anyway, and the last story, really, so that was it. I never did online. You know what? Actually, maybe I did try online. Were you able to do online on 360? I don't remember now. I probably didn't, but it was kind of crazy. It was like I was catching up on Xbox history, Like, I was aware of all these things, but I had a PS4 and a GameCube, and I did own an Xbox, but it was always in my sister's room, and she would use it to, like, rent games, and she didn't really buy a lot of games. She would rent a lot of games. Like, once we rented all the Soul Calibur games. That was so fun. But yeah, I would occasionally borrow it. And I would have done it with Halo, but I didn't need to because I owned a 360. But anyway, the last story I have is so my friends in the town I lived in before I moved out to Miami. Because they saw Halo 2 as like the GoldenEye successor. But even more so, now this I'm unfamiliar with, so I'm gonna sound like a fucking noob right now. But I know that there's an ability to link, right? You could link consoles so that you could have like one TV with 4 players, right? In like one room, and then in another different room you could have like 4 other players or some shit like that, right? So you could do like 8-player, but in separate rooms on 2 different monitors, so it wasn't like 8 mini microscopic screens in one thing or something. So they would do that. They would have these huge Halo 2 parties, and they would like get everything connected and have everything running, and I just thought, good God, that must have been so fucking fun. That would have totally been up my alley. But yeah, that was the thing. That was the thing that they would do, and I just, like, I thought it was so interesting how it reverberated, because I remember in that group of friends, like, GoldenEye was our jam, and then all of a sudden, Halo 2 came, and kind of like replaced it, because that's what it would do. But alright guys, I want to keep playing because this game is really fun, but I have more videos to do, so I hope you guys enjoyed those stories, as random as they were. Yeah, we'll be back next week with some more Chris's collection as we move on through Xbox. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.